back, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me here on TalkShoe.com. Thanks so much for joining me for the past how many years? So many years right now, man. So many lovable, emotional, and great years you had here on TalkShoe.com. I was here before the whole thing, and by gosh, I'm still gonna be here. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a good long while. So, yeah, man, let's talk about some entertainment, brothers and sisters. There have been a lot of games this past year. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, and things that came in between. Stuff I haven't played. In fact, the only modern game I have played was the recently reviewed Astral Chain. I love that game. I love it. I think it's great. It's Platinum Games at its best. And quite honestly, it was something I'm just loving. I love the cyberpunk thing, and it looks like probably gonna be the best cyberpunk game out there, probably for a while. Since Cyberpunk 2079 is not looking too good. But hey, you know what? I hope it works. I hope it's great. But you know what else is great? Supposedly Resident Evil 2. The remake of Resident Evil 2, I hear it is awesome. I will get a chance to play it. Hopefully in a console, or it's on sale for Steam, but I don't want to do it because my PC is not that powerful to play the true great graphics on it or anything else. So, I hear so many people love it. I saw so many walkthroughs, so many reviews. So many people love this game. And it is and I'm happy for Capcom. I am happy. I am so happy because this game deserves a remake. It was something that's great, and I can't wait to see Resident Evil 3. And hey, maybe Code Veronica can get some love. Maybe make Code Veronica and have who was that annoying brat there? Who was annoying? Steve Burnside. Steve Burnside. Oh, sweet Lord, Steve Burnside. Steve Burnside. That whiny, narcissistic, I just can't stand that dude. Yeah. But yeah, there was other stuff here. A lot of people liked, I see Devil May Cry 5. A lot of people seem to really love for that. It looks, I honestly think Devil May Cry 5, a lot of people love that game. People seem to, it's really great. It's nice seeing, it's really nice to see Devil May Cry after the DMC stuff, which is sad, because any DMC, if they just cut some of the edgy stuff and just reworked the stuff a bit, made it more, and everything else, and maybe save the Dante and Virgil fight for a sequel, and not force it in the middle of at the end of the story. I think that could have been really good to tell if they really did that. But yeah, that is something they could have done, but instead they didn't. Sad. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is interesting. I heard some good things. I saw some playthroughs. That looks nice. But yeah, I haven't played much new games other than say Tetris, but that came out last year. But I really loved Tetris, by the way, really good. Also, I'm probably gonna play Bloodstone Ritual tonight. Next year, I might even live stream it. And because it looks really good, looks fun, and it's something. Yeah, I really did love it. Also, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm not into Fire Emblem, but a lot of people love it. But yeah. Also, I hear there's so many good stuff here. Again, you have Greedfall that looks good. You had Untitled Goose Game. You had Legends of Link Awakening, which I need to get that game eventually. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I heard that's really good. Outer Worlds, I heard that's actually good as well. Death Stranding is an interesting disaster, but yet people seem to like it. Also, Star Wars Fallen Order, which is a lot of people's one of its best stuff. people said. It's actually said it's the best Star Wars game under EA's banner, but then again, that's not really saying much. Oh man, I kid EA, but it's all out of love. 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 It is all out of love. But yeah, but it's been a really interesting things with games, and let's see. But what was the biggest story of video games in 2019? What are the biggest things that was really the big story of what was the biggest video game story? What is it? Was it? I mean, you could say Google Strata is complete and total failure. You can tell about the new version of the Xbox. All these things, but yeah, it's according to IGN, I know, but I know that stuff. But what was the biggest things? The Xbox X, the whole I believe people liking the whole Pokemon that situation, which I thought was just really sad. But yeah, I mean, there was some really good stuff. I mean, there was some, again, games, there was some good stuff, and I will be playing them, hopefully. Of course, there was some stupid stuff as well with games, and then you had the microtransactions and other things that just really just make you want to just say why with games, especially with Bethesda and the complete debacle that is Fallout 76. It just keeps everything just continues to just crumble around. It just everything just I mean, talk about a complete and total botch of a video game that has, I mean, holy crap. I mean, it just keeps coming. And now recently, you had a Fallout 76 cheater use a hack to basically steal players all their items. What in the world? That is sad. I mean, holy crap, that is sad. And then, here's the really sad part, which more sadness and such. It's just really is just this whole game seems to be just cursed. I mean, if you want to talk about a cursed game of any other year, it has to be Fallout 76. I mean, geez, oh Lord, you got the whole just everything happened from last year to this year to everything else. Fallout 76. In fact, they just added its first NPC. Its first NPC over, that sort of thing. And actually adding on stories, which is amazing. Stories in a Fallout game. I mean, wow. This series is just such a complete dumpster fire. That the whole Fallout 76 series is a dumpster fire. And every time I see a story about Bethesda and the Fallout 76 debacle, I smile because I knew when I jumped off the Bethesda bandwagon at the whole the pray to the God scenario, I was smart to jump off. I knew the whole thing was coming, and I just said hit the deuces, and I left, and I'm here sitting in the stand, right in the stands, laughing with me and eating the popcorn. I'm eating popcorn while everyone else is just screaming and craziness. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. But I want to talk about good stuff entertainment-wise and everything else. Like put sports in there too. I mean, big sports stories. You had like a lot of good stuff. I mean, being a local boy, let me just get this out of the way. The Washington Nationals, Major League Baseball, for their first time, not as a franchise, have been winning multiple playoff series. First time they ever did that. but also winning their first ever pennant and also their World Series against the Houston Astros, which, if you look at what's going on with the Houston Astros, it's not going so well for them. No, not at all. Shout out to John Boy who got that out, which I mean, wow. I mean, and yet you have Houston Astro. I mean, come on now, y'all guys. You know it happened. It cheated. Just take the L and move on. But they're not doing anything. They just gotta. This looks like it's going to be a complete. What are they going to do? I don't know what they're going to do with them, but I guarantee you it's going to be a very, very, very interesting. Very interesting punishment. And there it is. I can't. It's gonna be a real funny thing. It's gonna be a real interesting thing. It's gonna be real interesting to see that. But it's gonna be really fun. But that's gonna be fun. Not for everyone else, but not for Astro fans. Yeah, it's not gonna be fun. But yeah. Speaking of fun, the Washington Nationals, they did the impossible and won the 7-game in the World Series in 7 games. First time road teams have won every game in that series. And just amazing team overall from just being only having 19 wins in May, looking like they're gonna have to just trade everybody. It was all over and blow it up again to becoming one of the best teams in the entire league this year. Just amazing. And you can mirror that to the St. Louis Blues as well. The St. Louis Blues, the first time in their history they have won the Stanley Cup. They're in the same type of position. And funny enough, it took like weird songs that actually pushed them into these victories. It was Gloria for St. Louis Blues for winning the Stanley Cup. And it was Baby Shark for the Washington Nationals. Just... The weirdness never stops, man. The weirdness. It's just really, really, really the oddness, ladies and gentlemen. Just very odd. Anyway. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, also, first time news, you had the first championship news. You had the Toronto Raptors winning the NBA champion, the NBA Finals. I think the Larry O'Brien Trophy. I think that's what Larry O'Brien. There it is, Larry O'Brien. Larry O'Brien Trophy, and they won, and. Another thing, they actually mirrored the Toronto Raptors and, like, for example, the Nationals. They mirrored the main players, the guys who helped them. I think Kawhi Leonard and Anthony Rendon. After they won, they left. They left for greener pastures and both going to I believe L.A. I love L.A. One went to the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, and the other went to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, which is just, God, that name is a mouthful. And I never liked it when then. I just called them LA Angels. It's better that way. But yeah, it's just weird. So, but yeah, you know what? I just hopefully the Nationals can find someone for third base, but maybe they can find someone that in their farm system. Who knows? They may get somebody a chance, and bam, next thing you know, they get a shot. And that's all you ask for. But overall, there was a lot of positive in sports. I'm not talking about the Patriots because the Patriots were just, they're just the empire. I don't care about them. But yeah, there was so much good stuff and weird stuff happening. Again, you had like the top teams in both league, like the NHL and the number one seeds in the NHL and then the Major League Baseball. Like you had the 106 season of the LA Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, they completely, they didn't win. They didn't get out the first round. I mean, the Dodgers had much more of a better fight than the Lightning did, but man, the Lightning. And when you look at them, what happened to the Lightning right now, they look like they need some help. They look like they have some of these issues, and I think they're still shell shocked, and hopefully they'll get it better. But if not, it looks like John Cooper might be on the unemployment line. But yeah, there are some other things. Other stuff, and hopefully, I don't think it's going to be that too much of a hangover. I think they're going to get together. They're too talented. They are too talented, ladies and gentlemen, too talented. And same as the LA Dodgers, they're too talented to really fall to the wayside. I believe that. But anyway, what else can we talk about in sports? And looked at the and see how see how everything works out and everything in sports and everything. But what I can say something else though, but how about in pro wrestling though? Yeah, we're gonna talk a little about the pro wrestling and such. I mean, let's look at the honestly the first big stories. You had AEW, All Elite Pro Wrestling. Oh gosh, the good, the bad, and everything else. I mean, like I said, they do a really good job with tag teams. I like the tag team division. I do like the somewhat main event using using the stars like the way to elevating them. But I think the problem is some production issues. I think those are holding it back. The women's division, Riho, has been disappeared for so long. No one knows. Does she even defend titles anymore? And I know Starlander is going to have a number one a match with her, but it was delayed because he was in bar wrestling. She had a booking, which is okay. You know what? Hopefully she doesn't get injured. I want to see what's going to happen with her. I don't even know what bar wrestling is, but I'll probably check that out, see what the match is if I have the time. And also, they actually had a tweet saying thanks for Cody saying that they didn't do anything big time, and it said thanks for keeping the independents alive, which is good because when you had it was actually some probably from Cody Graves' podcast. You had Triple H talking about, hey, he wanted to crush all the stuff, the indies. He didn't care about the UK indies, which I'm not really surprised. I'm not really surprised by that at all. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is with that. So that WWE is looking to be an empire. I don't know why people got upset. I mean, I don't know why people are like, oh, UK. No, man, it's over. It's a wrap. In fact, I'll say this. All this other stuff's going on. The UK, and yet they can't get a show. No one's watching the WWE stuff. It's amazing. They ain't watching the WWE stuff at all. It is a wrap. They can't get anybody from WWE to actually sit that. There is nothing. Absolutely no one actually sitting there and watch like, oh, I can't watch the WWE. They can't watch the WWE NXT UK. They're like, no one cares about it. It's hilarious and such. It's nice. It's nice. I know I can cover every bad stuff good stuff is. Heck, the biggest good news story is Roman Reigns being in remission, which is from leukemia, which is awesome. I love that, even though Dave Meltzer thought it was a storyline. Seriously, Dave, just shut up. Just get off Twitter sometimes. In fact, Seth Rollins could just go off Twitter because, wow, I mean, every time. I don't know, man. People just don't know how to use Twitter. I sometimes do some really dumb stuff on Twitter. And again, when you're a big star, you can't afford to do stuff on Twitter that is stupid. But Seth, man, that's why he deleted his Twitter. Then he had to come back. The best thing he should have done is just have people around him do the tweeting. Everyone else around him do the tweet. Everybody does the tweet around him. They say, hey, You could do Twitter like people and places like get like some intern to do it, pay somebody else to do it. So stuff like that. One of your entourages do messages and everything else. Don't use Twitter like get back and forth for that type of thing. Maybe storyline and such, but even then, I why are you using Twitter to do storyline stuff? You have like 15 hours of video, like of 15 hours of like shows you can do to actually put your stuff on the show. Why are you putting this on Twitter? Why are you all responding on Twitter? Screw that noise. If you got something to say, do something that you have cameras, you got video. Just do that. I'm not just about WWE. I'm talking to AEW. I'm talking to Impact. I'm talking about every wrestling stuff out there. If you have some basic production stuff, why can't y'all actually do something? No one wants to see tweets going back and forth. Like, yes, truly, this war is getting so much is heating on Twitter. Yeah, because when I think blood feuds and evil things, I just like, I'm so mad at you. I'm gonna sit here and text and beat you and just tell all you suck in 250 characters, or 150 characters and 250. I don't care. No, it's sad. It's sad. You gotta use Twitter. Hopefully in 2020 they have to stop that. But yeah. But yes. But there are some, again, positive stuff. I think WrestleMania was way too long, but there was some great moments at WrestleMania. And again, Kofi Kingston's championship reign. I think there was some good stuff, and there was some bad. I think the way it ended, I think it was tailing off when Randy Orton's feud, which was a little too inside baseball. And you had Kofi acting like a complete goof. He should have just like dropped the pancake stuff. He should have just walked in and just fought. Like just completely just no pancakes. Just go out there, kick the man's ass. People are like that. But he won, but I'm like, yeah, kick the man's ass. That's it. Kick the dude's ass, and that's it. And then he had Brock Lesnar. Well, look, I understand he was gonna lose to Lesnar. We all knew Kofi was going to lose. But it was the way he lost that pissed everyone off. And Kofi losing at that much, the WWE title in that type of way was completely just, I know. And they set up and WWE, again, trying to chase the dragon of trying to say, we need to go and actually, we need to make sure we can build up our new, the W. We need to make that big splash and such. So they are going to have, they had Cain Velasquez. And then after that, Cain Velasquez didn't work out. He lost in 2 minutes. Then you have Brock Lesnar face against Rey Mysterio, who he beat, even when Rey Mysterio took him to Dukect City. Still lost. Him and his son took him there. Still took the L. And they're now going to try to push Tyson Fury on him. And then have, I don't know, who else is there? Cain Velasquez again, which is just, I mean, the MMA, it's WWE trying so hard to focus on the MMA stuff. And again, they're not building their own. They're not building their own stars. And that's why WWE is chasing this dragon, trying to get to the mainstream. But yet they haven't done a good job building anyone else up. WWE has done a crap job of building up stars. And that's again, I hope in 2020, I hope in this next decade they get the right stuff, because there's so many good stars out there. There's so many good stuff right here, man. So many good stuff. And it's sad. And it's sad that WWE just don't get it. And it's sad. The WWE, there's chances to actually build something great, and they never, ever, they never get it. just yeah. I really hope that WE and them they can just start actually doing some. I hope they actually could do something really the positive stuff again. It's just, but yeah, there was some really good stuff in WE and again Becky Lynch. Good stuff. Raw Women's Champion for all the stuff. She's getting really annoying. But yeah, she's gotten a bit better. Not much, but still there. Asuka and Kylie Sane, I like the Kabuki Warriors, but they don't. The problem is the WWE doesn't have any women tag teams, so yeah. But yeah, also Braun Strowman dancing. Well, it's something. At least it gets his character out there, and well, Braun. I mean, again, hopefully he'll get a Intercontinental Championship shot with it. That'd be nice. I mean, it's all about presentations. You can have someone make jokes and such, but again, it's how you look ridiculous, and they don't care. I think like they look ridiculous and stuff, but at the end of the day, they're having fun, which is good. I mean. I'm sorry that you have this one-dimensional monster stuff, and the problem is when you have the one-dimensional monster after it's slain, you can't really do anything with them. So at least they're doing something. And honestly, Braun is pretty much a cartoon character anyway, so I'm not really that upset. All I want him to do is actually win matches to actually do some. Hopefully he beats Nakamura in 2 seconds. And have like an 8-month, 10-month reign for the Intercontinental title, and really just beat people up in 5 minutes. No long matches, about 4 minutes and such, 4 or 5 minutes of matches, and just squash, and then he builds himself up again and becomes a new world champion, become a new champion and such. That's what you gotta do with him. All right, but that's just me. AEW, they need to really fix their. I have to say, for example, I love their way of building. So like Darby Allin, for example, he may not be the biggest guy, but they really did a good job of making hey, he is a tough out. He will fight you to the ends of you will have to legitimately take him out. You have to just make him take him out legitimately. There is absolutely my gosh, man, this dude is he keeps coming after you. And even though he looks more like a secret character from the Tony Hawk games, he does have that way of connecting the audience. And hey, I'll give props to the AEW, the backstage people. They actually are pushing him forward. I like that. But the other things, the women's division is lackluster. I hope they can do something more with it. I want to see more direction in the mid card stuff. I want to see Kevin Omega, since he's great, push him to the main event, make the event seem a lot more something more of a rise to the top, and also give us the true version of Pentagon and Phoenix, please, because. I'm not saying I hate the Lucha Brothers, but man, these two guys are great, especially Phoenix, who definitely deserves to have a world title. Just give him the world title. I mean, dude is he's like Rey Mysterio, but better in his prime. And I don't say that. That is not something I do not take lightly. That's something you don't take lightly, because that Rey Mysterio is that dude, and back in the day. But also this guy here, Rey Fenix, he might be even better. But that's just my personal opinion. Gosh. But yeah, AEW's doing great. And what about Ring of Honor? They're dumpster fire, and it's sad. I hope they can get better, but man, everything is just Ring of Honor, ROH. Come on now, get better. Impact Wrestling. Well, you got a brand new channel in the AXTV. You're still working with Twitch. You're pushing Tessa Blanchard to maybe be the first ever women's heavyweight champion. that's pretty cool. So and also you're doing some good stuff with RVD and Moose is killing out all the legends. I like that as well. I hope they can. I hope you'll get more screen time. People will know more about you, and that is pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't watched any MLW or anything else. I promise to do more so. In fact, I promise to actually go to some indie stuff around my way, Maryland Championship Wrestling. I might go to a show. Who knows? I might do so. I might do that in 2020. So yeah, that's going to be it. I mean, I'm not talking about the politics and anything else because Lord knows I'm not going to do that. I don't want to drag this thing out for 5 hours because honestly, you guys don't need to. You don't want that. You don't want to have that. So anyway, that's it for me for this year actually. So it's been fun. It has been a pleasure, 2019. And this is the end of the decade. So, yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with me. I started this in 2010. In fact, I started this in 2008 when I started doing videos and then started doing podcasting around 2010. So I've been doing this for a long while, over a decade. And I am humbled so much that I got anyone who has listened, anyone who has been here, anyone who's still listening, downloading. I am thankful for that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are, every last one of you have done. You are great. I am humbled by everything that every type of anything that a little download, something like that. And I mean, I don't know what else to say. And all I can say is I'm here for another 10 years. Let's try again. Let's keep going till I stop breathing. Why not, man? Why not? Let's keep this going. Anyway, it's Dukect here. Peace and love. I will see y'all in 2020. No, actually, I'm going to be live streaming on Sunday. But you know what I'm saying. The Dukect Lounge will be back Wednesday night, pre-MagFest. Hopefully you will be there listening and all that good stuff. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. It's Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see you when I see y'all. Later.